Okay, so Charlie, back when we did the most likely to challenge, I remember we sort of dabbled on the topic of drinking with your boss, and you did say that was a way to get higher up in, let's say, the workplace. Now, I wanted to make a whole entire video about this topic, and obviously you, being the person who's a pro at this, why don't you tell us the complete guide of how to get a promotion in the workplace? The mic is all yours. Even though I don't have a mic in my hand, I'm giving you the mic.
Honestly, all you have to do is just slide in, kidnap the wife, the daughter, the son, the brother, any member of the relative family, and slowly kind of just tell them, give me a raise. And slowly release one of your family members. And if they report it to the police, get the ransom up. That's when you get the ransom. So then you get big bucks fast. Once you've done that, change your name, change your passport, just get out of the country. I hear there are places in the world that have less rules and it's harder to find you. And done. You're rich.
Okay, now for the real advice.
Yes, sir. No, but I don't remember. Can you remind me?
Well, you did mention drinking with your bosses, trying to mingle. Every time there's a work outing.
Yeah. It's something that you should probably do, because they're not just bosses that want you to work with a company and work your ass off and milk you dry. There are also people that are social and want to be able to understand you and see what kind of person you are and if you're a decent thinker. Because they're not going to trust a guy who doesn't go out or spends his time at home. Even if you have the best skills in the world, if you don't have the socializing qualities or the qualities to make it seem like you're a trustworthy, decent person that has some loyalty towards the company that you work at, they will not trust you with anything more and even more of a promotion. But yeah, drinking is something that you should probably do. As much as you don't like alcohol or anything, maybe get some water. Milk. You know you can actually order milk at bars. It's really awesome. Just go there, rather than having alcohol, just have some juice instead and join them. And it kind of just shows that maybe you're okay with, going out there.
So really the angle you're coming out is trying to become best friends with your boss then. Sort of thing.
You only become best friends.
That's what I said, sort of thing, not literally become best friends. I mean, you can become best friends if you want.
Obviously, there's still going to be some professional aspect towards it. He is your boss. Or your work colleagues, whatever. Don't forget, it's not just a boss. You're drinking with other work colleagues, and their point of view affects how they think of you. And so really, you're not just trying to impress a boss. You're trying to impress everyone. Make sure that they know that you're a good person and you're trustworthy, whatever. And it is a proven fact that people who are more impulsive, instinctive, outgoing, or whatever says what on their minds, people trust them more easily than those that are carefully thinking, don't say a lot, kind of keep quiet and have. Because no one would trust those kind of people, and the reason why is simple, because the human mind knows that we're simple, and if we were going to do something evil, we tell them or something like that. So really, go out, and that's how you deal with how you become a psychopath as well. Which I'm not a psychopath, but I'm just saying, like, if you think about it really carefully, the categories for fitting inside with a psychopath are really thin.
So yeah, going out, being more instinctive.
Yeah.
Where do you draw the line? Like, what if you found out your boss enjoys to dabble in gambling whilst sniffing lines? Do you still join in and try to become a part of that?
Ever seen Wolf of Wall Street?
I wanted to. I still haven't got around to watching it.
Well, let's say if you join in the gang of sniffing cocaine and everything, you for some reason earn more money.
I guess that's the moral of the story.
Yeah. Honestly, if they know that you have the same interests, they'll trust you more for the same things, really. For example, if you have a love for gaming and you make friends with a guy who has a love for gaming, you're gonna have a lot in common and trust him more. But if you love gaming and the other person hates gaming, doesn't play it, no, you're not gonna trust them as much. You think that, whatever, kind of like that. Also, when you're drinking, I didn't say you have to be instinctual or more impulsive. So I'm telling you, you have to act appropriately towards whoever you are. This is even more psychopath, actually. Impress everyone, get on their sides. They won't ever think you did anything wrong. No, seriously, this is so psychopath. Rather than trying to act yourself, you basically acting everyone else's good point of view. Make everyone like you, and then they'll like you, and then do everything they almost say. And well, work ethic aside, working. This is about socializing.
Yeah, given you do have a good work ethic and you do good at your job,
but there's still some guidelines in the middle, though.
What do you mean?
Well, there's something called being worked to the brink of exhaustion and not getting anything for it.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I learned when I got my first ever job.
Mm-hmm. There's one thing you need to realize.
I'll try to do everything to the T. I'll do everything perfectly. Then I thought to myself, there's no point.
Yeah. So like,
I'm probably the most laziest. I was probably the most laziest person at my previous job.
Yeah.
Ever. And the thing is like, because at that job, I would say is an entry level job. There wasn't much to look forward to after my position. So it's like, what's the point of me putting all this effort into whatever I was doing while I'm getting the same?
But what if you were working a good job?
Yeah, that's different. Yeah, but that's different then.
Yeah, you'd still be working hard trying to get good at it. But
on top of that, if it's something that you enjoy doing, then of course you would do that regardless.
But like, we're still missing a point. Even if you do, this is for first time people who haven't gone into a job or anything like that. Even if you do get into a job you want or you like and everything like that, do not, under any circumstance, right at the beginning, just work your complete ass off doing everything they say. I mean, like, there'll be points where they ask you for overtime. Obviously, if you only just join, you want to be able to show your good side, go for it. But do not ever, at the beginning of a job, work your ass off until you feel like it is worthwhile. Where it is worthwhile, they make sure that they do like you, make sure they do feel like you're a part of the team, make sure that when you do work your ass off, they realize it and will reward you for it. And that's things you cannot have to agree with. There's probably plenty of other points. I'm just keeping up with points in my brain that I've also experienced.
So all of this is personal experience then?
Yeah, personal experience. Any industry, most industries, sorry. In most industries, it's always the same, especially for the corporate ones. People will pass blame onto other people, and people will take the credit for things that they did do. And that's when.
So it's just a snake culture then out there.
Yeah, it's kind of not all of them. Some
of course,
of them will be like that, and depending on it can get really, really bad for you. So for everyone who's ever getting a first job and anything like that, or a job that they like or they want, obviously try your best to keep it. But don't put your entire life into it till you know it's worthwhile.
Unless you enjoy doing that.
But if they're trusting you more and having you do more stuff, and they're not increasing your pay or making it seem like you're valued, maybe they're not even inviting you out or saying, oh, thanks Charlie or thanks Joe for doing this, let's grab a pint afterwards. You have to show that they do care, and that you are a person being inside the company, because there's one thing to be sure of: there are people who get promoted doing less stuff. And people who
I've
do
seen that happen. Yes, I've seen that happen.
If you're getting them loads of tough jobs or things that aren't within what you are supposed to do, and having to do a lot more, and then they expect you to do it, they're not thanking you for something that you're not really supposed to do, then you're gonna have to kind of cut it down and be either, lower it down so that it gets to a point where you can deal with it and be like, yo, I'm not doing this. They fire you, or you quit, or whichever, or you talk to the manager and do it and say, hey, look, right, I'm not doing this until there's some change. That's some good life advice, actually.
Yeah, what I got from this is that to navigate through the workplace is just communication, really.
Communication is important. Yeah. Communication is very important.
Communication is key in everything.
We can't read each other's minds. I don't know what Joe's thinking about. Hold on, let me think what you're thinking about. You shouldn't think about kids like that.
What? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, that's basically a guide on how to get a raise at the workplace. Act like a psychopath. Well, borderline.
Borderline psychopath.